So we saw today our esteemed, learned magistrate, Magistrate Judy Latchman. She swore in the Presidential Commission of Inquiry. All of this is to appease the public and hopefully to exonerate the 3 innocent men that are charged with murder. The commission will exonerate them, and to hold the person who is culpable, forcing his resignation. So Judge Judy now has been exalted to the highest office in her field, Chief Magistrate, only second to the President. I think it's a grave mistake for the President to have, not the President rather, for the Judicial Commission to have exalted Magistrate Judy. I think it's a grave mistake, because the magistrate, in my view, will turn out to be the Guyanese disaster. She might very well be responsible for sinking Guyana as a collective Titanic on journey to the great beyond, captained by our President Irfan Ali. Mustafa is in the headlines again. Zulkar Mustafa, the African brother. Welcome to the Uncensored Guyana show. I am Dr. L. Prasad. As you would know, based on my previous shows, I happen to be the most controversial man on the internet. Yeah, I've read some stuff to that effect. Controversial, all kinds of, names they attach to me. I'm honored. After all, my supporters, my followers, and the wider public understand that I am just being fair. Just being fair. So to start things off, somebody sent me a so-called post or article that was shared on social media with the intent to cause me to lose credibility. When they do these things, they want people to start seeing me as, whatever. I want to read it in its entirety. Then I'll address the person who allegedly penned it or typed it. Yeah. So what the person shared here is a PPP supporter and defender, Kenneth Warner. And that's my Facebook talking about me. Explodes only to save, he said safe, but it's save, the Ali Jagdeo dictatorship. Kenneth Warner, self-named Dr. Prasad, has now exploded over the horrible tragedy, a crime against the people of Guyana. Warner is warning the nation that there is more tragedies to come. If Irfan does not remove certain people from his inner circle, now is where the catch comes. Notice, Mr. Warner has stopped short of calling for the removal of the PPP dictatorship. Warner is calling for radical reforms, which he thinks will calm the storm and keep the status quo in power to continue their mischief. The reformer, Kenneth Warner, is looking for a job, a place amongst the PPP ruling elite, as a savior replacing Kwan Edgell. The PPP regime will bring out more African-looking Guyanese like Kenneth Warner to drown the sorrows of the nation, of the nation. What he and the dictatorship does not understand, the people have enough of this ruling elite and its rotten system. President of Guyana Trade Union Congress, Norris Whitaker, said at the protest yesterday, the PPP regime is on its last leg, let it go. People's power, blah, 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 blah. And this person, this idiot, put his name, M. Jainot Raman, journalist, chairman of the National Farmers Organization. National Farmers Organization. In what country? Guyana? Note farmers, agriculture. You see that asshole, Raman, that asshole, is following my program, he and his cabal, and whoever paid him to pen that, but they're not listening in context when I speak. All they want to hear, to say, you see what I'm saying, is me to say, President Ali's a great man, I support the president. That's all they're listening for. They're not hearing when I criticize the PPP. They're not hearing when I said I'm no longer supporting the PPP. They haven't heard that. All they hear and they're judging me on is that I'm not calling for anyone to try to undermine Irfan Ali's government or in any way push propaganda against Irfan Ali. Oh, that's what they want to hear me say. Only then I'll be credible. I must support a coup. I must become this radical to destroy a government that I helped to put in place. Rahman, if it's Azruddin's dick you're sucking, then he ain't got a dick, but you gotta be sucking somebody's dick because you're talking a bunch of sperm. A mouthful of sperm, you're talking Rahman. Mouthful of sperm. Dictatorship, you call it? PPP dictatorship? Are you serious? This is coffee. Mushroom coffee. You see, this asshole Rahman and his boss Azruddin, who paid him to write shit about me, they can't ingest coffee. You got to be a lover of people for you to enjoy the bitter taste of coffee, the pure coffee. You can't be like these people and understand that. These people are the ones who suck on cocaine You know, they suck on cocaine and they forget where they are. They forget that they're wearing females' granny panties, quote unquote slack bokta, because they're out of their world. The fact that they're high on cocaine, it causes them to fantasize that they are born in a female's body. They were assigned with a large clitoris, mistaken for a penis, and as they grew up, they realized that no, they're actually female. That's what cocaine does. As the drug addicts, they'll tell you. A lot of them are homosexuals. So you can't be pushing this shit and expect people to believe that crap. You want me to lose credibility? I am protecting. Protecting who? Who am I protecting? I want to replace Edgel? Are you kidding me? The things these idiots say, they have nothing else to come with. The only position I want is Home Affairs Minister. That's the only position. And I ain't gonna get it. But I'm saying, I've said it many times, is Minister of Home Affairs. I want that because I want to clean up crime. I want to end the crime. Only I can end crime. That's what I want. But Edgel's position? Are you kidding me? I want Edgel to be fired. Put somebody that makes sense. Put an engineer, an actual engineer, as public works minister. Somebody who has been on the job, civil engineer who's been on the job for years, put them. Don't put a fucking bishop. You kidding me? How is that encouraging PPP dictatorship? What is a dictatorship? Do you see how Ali is running the country? Do you see how Ali is running the country? Let me digress here for you, idiot. You sons of bitches. Let me digress here for you. You and your fucking boss. If you want to label anybody as a dictator or anything close to a dictator, modern day dictator, there are two persons, Granger and Jaglio. David Granger and Barrett Jaglio. If you want to put anybody in that category, like it's all them and just them. It's those two men, former presidents, David Granger, Barrett Jaglio. Because under these two men, several ministers were fired. Resigned, fired, the same thing. They had to leave offices because of controversies surrounding their ministries. They left the office before their term was finished. Several ministers. Ronald Gadrach, because of the phantom issue. And a commission of inquiry found nothing on Gadrach, but yet he had to quit. Before his term, the 5 years, he had to quit. That's one. What's the other one? Henry Jeffrey. Did you forget Henry Jeffrey? Henry Jeffrey had to resign because he was not in agreement with some of the foreign policies of Barrett Jaglio. He had to resign. Talk about dictatorship. Barry Ramsaran. You forgot that minister? Minister of Finance? Barry Ramsaran. He had to resign. And with David Granger, you had several. Carl Greenidge, Harmon, Gaskin, Rupnarain. They had to resign. Why? For the simple thing as dual citizenship. Dual citizenship, they had to resign. They could not function because you can't be a citizen of another country and want to hold up such high office in Guyana. They had to resign. In Irfan Ali from 2020 to now. The only reshuffling was after the elections. After the elections, some ministers kept their place, like Ejel. Ejel failed the first 5 years. Yes, he was loyal to the president, but he failed. He failed on his job. So if Irfan Ali was a dictator, Ejel would have been fired. The first minister to go would have been Ejel, one Ejel. The second one would have been Indar. Ali is not a dictator. I am bashing out on President Irfan Ali because of the human side of him. He's not a politician. The man is a statesman. Ali has too much love in his heart to be a politician. Look at the man's attitude. Any least thing he wants to cry. Any least thing he wants to cry. Does that look like a dictator to you, you stupid ass? Does it look like a dictator to you? I want him to be a dictator. I would like, because I said also on many occasions, I want Ali to be as hard and dictator like Jack Deal. Like I said, many you forget stuff. You're like a woman, you live in the present. Real men live historically. Real men with a penis that likes to fuck pussy, keep log, keep record. Don't forget easily. Women, they forget what you did for them yesterday, and because you can't do something dumb for them today, they hate you. But they forgot yesterday, you give them your blood, your heart. So when these men like Raham and Azruddin and all these people you're paying to write something about me, you guys have pussies. Like Doggy says, you have a back clitoris. The G-spot is in your ass. A real man's G-spot is at the rim of his penis. You know that little rim there? That's a real man's G-spot. That's real men. So in the pussy, you feel it on your penis. But Rahman and Azruddin and all these assholes, it's in their butthole. Fucking dictatorship. What nonsense are you talking about? Look at the Burima tragedy. Look at the Burima tragedy. Where's the dictatorship? Is Ejel fired? No. Is there chaos in the country? No. Look how quick Irfan Ali is trying to fix this issue. The man canceled his trip overseas. Did anybody else cancel their trip? No. Ali canceled his trip. Returned to Guyana. Didn't even check on his family. Jumped on a helicopter all the way to the northwest. Spent days and nights crying with people. Yes, crying. Because from my sources, no, I'm going to talk out. You motherfuckers. No, I'm going to talk out. You see, all the time I was keeping this information because I wanted to get my point over dealing with that pissant like Ejel. But now I'll put Ejel to rest for now. Let me say this. You haven't seen this on camera, but I saw videos people sent me, not AI generated, videos where when all of this was calmed down and Ali was going back to where he had to go to lodge, his eyes, and one of his, I think his bodyguard, somebody was tapping him, holding him on his shoulder to like, don't worry, Mr. President. The man is agonizing over this. Agonizing over this. I saw videos. So when he comes on camera, he's pretending that he's tough. He's pretending he is tough, that he's like, let me hold it together. But when the cameras are gone and he's on his way in his quiet moments, the man is crying. He's crying. Where is the dictator? Which narcissist does that? That takes a human to do it, that feels for people. So what I'm saying is there is a reason why Irfan Ali, there is a reason why he hasn't fired the bishop yet. There's a reason for that, and I trust the reason. I really got to get a studio, man. I have a studio here, but it's not soundproof. These assholes, the whole day, every fucking day, they're revving up their motorcycles and making a lot of noise. Anyway, there is a reason why Edgel is still there. If the president decides to force the minister to resign, if the president decides to force the minister to resign, then you'll get another article. Oh, it's dictatorship. After all, he didn't allow the commission to do its work. Yes, because he's a black man. They only pretend that the PPP is all for inclusivity. And then look, Edgel this, and the president fired Edgel. That's another thing you'll hear. Either way you spin this, they will try to hold the man in some way to project him as a dictator. To the common sense guy, I need to understand that Irfan Ali is no dictator. That's one president that in a dictator, and you're seeing for yourself. You're seeing for yourself. So, yeah, on the dictatorship thing, Magistrate Judy has advanced to the status of Chief Magistrate. Of all the fuck-ups the magistrate fuck up with the Azruddin indictment case over the past few months, she still got promoted. She still got promoted over somebody else who was most competent. Because there are two of them who were recommended for that job. Judy got the job. If Ali was a dictator, and the fact that Judge Judy has us all in this issue, in this situation here, 3 months pass because she keeps prolonging and prolonging and prolonging the case, hoping the CCJ will have taken the burden off her hands so she don't have to look bad to the Mohammeds. The embarrassment we faced having the case prolonged under Judge Judy. If the government under Irfan Ali was a dictatorship, do you think Judy would have been Chief Magistrate? Do you know how hard it is to get rid of a Chief Magistrate? You have any idea how hard it is? The leverage. This fucking idiot, man. It's my neighbor. The leverage that the government had over Judge Judy is that she was acting Chief Magistrate. Acting. Now she is Chief Magistrate. They ain't got no more leverage over her. Leverage. They have no more leverage over her. Now she can do whatever she wants. And even if the commission comes after her, she can challenge the commission. She can challenge the commission. She can claim political victimization. If anybody now tries to pressure her or try to get rid of her out of that position as Chief Magistrate, now she's Judy Almighty. You think a dictator would have allowed that? No. She would have been sent on leave pending investigation into her dealings with the Mohammed's extradition case. But instead, she's exalted. Almighty Judy. Where is the hope? The Mohammeds now are expanding. They're stepping up their campaign. They are going ruthless now. They're going hard, stepping up their campaign. Because somehow he still has the assurance that he ain't going anywhere. He still got that belief that he's not going anywhere. Everyone that is a threat politically, now he's a politician. Now he wants to take out anyone that is in his way to the 2030 presidential bid. And the biggest threat, grab this. People don't throw stones for nothing. The biggest threat right now to Azruddin's presidential bid, because he thinks Judy is not going to send him anyway. So let's forget about that. My predictions are correct, but he thinks he serves a different God. Maybe it's Judge Judy. I'm saying he's gone by the end of August. That's what I'm saying. Let's see who's correct. In the meantime, the biggest threat to Azruddin Mohammed's presidential run in 2030 is Zulkar Mustafa, not Anil Nandalal. Anil Nandalal is not going on the presidential bid. He's going to stay as Attorney General. By the way, congratulations. You see, Anil, I like you. When you do well, you get my blessings. I like you. Yes, you can let them hold your umbrella. You deserve to be sheltered. Have your security hold your umbrella. You deserve to have them open your door for you. Anil, our esteemed Attorney General, our learned Attorney General, you deserve that. Open the door for the man. He served his country well. You fought. You are like Saint Michael. You are the Michael that fought against the devil. Anil, you fought the devil and you won. Well, it ain't over yet. But I'm congratulating you. I'm giving you your dues, Anil Nandala. I want you as Attorney General in the next government, not as president. Attorney General. Because we've had a lot of Attorney Generals before you, but they were useless. You deliver. You continue to deliver. So I want you to stay there in that position. Zulkar Mustafa is the man that the Mohammeds are attacking. This Rahman man, this Noodles, who was paid to write shit about me and to have people challenge my credibility. What did he say he was? The chairman of the Farmers Agriculture Association. He is the head of it. Is it a coincidence? You have VPAC, the LAC, the gang of thieves, VPAC people attacking Minister Zus's. Fuck. 1 minute. I'll just write the name. Zulkar Mustafa. They spend their days and their nights fantasizing, how can we attack the future president, the next president, Zulkar Mustafa? Oh, because I am calling his name a lot on my show, you're targeting me. Oh, really? Bring it on, motherfuckers. Bring it on. Fine. VPAC, who works for the Mohammeds, the loser pack that can't get over the fact that Amanza Walter Desir put it in their asses, they're now collated with Azruddin Mohammed, slime their way to him. They're not a part of the government. I mean, not the government. They're not a part of the opposition. They're nothing. They're a bunch of slimers, low-life scums, not even fucking squirrels, because the squirrel knows the value of nuts So they eat nuts, but these fuckers are nuts. They should go in the fucking jungle and just hang on a tree, let a squirrel come, then just nibble on their fucking empty brains. Because all they are some crackheads. Yeah, the VPAC people. They're targeting Mustafa. This asshole is targeting Mustafa. And all these other people for the Mohammeds are targeting Mustafa. It's not for nothing. It is not for nothing. Why? Because the man is going to be the next president. That's why. So if they can spread propaganda and associate the man with all kinds of so-called corruption, it builds on the narrative. So when the Congress comes, the party people would say, oh no, we can't support Zulkar, give us somebody else. And even if he is elected, election time, oh, you see what Zulkar did? He was very biased with a poultry farm. It's a PPP thing. He wants all the chicken to go on Ali's farm. Yes, if you want to rear the chicken, you have to go and suck on Zulkar's dick so he can go and tell you, okay, rent a space on Ali's farm and you can get a contract so you can go rear your chicken there. Or if you want to import chicken, then you have to do it via Ali's farm. That's what this is about. It's all intertwined. Mohammed is attacking the man who would give him the greatest challenge because he believes he's still going to stick around. He believes that. I get it. I get it. Henna is going to take over the party. Henna has ambitions to run for president. Henna is the one who's afraid of Zulkar. I get it now. You see, just like President Irfan Ali, Zulkar don't cheat. He's faithful to his wife and he actually likes women. I mean, you can see he has children. He actually likes women. That's why he has a wife. But you see, the difference is, Henna, you're not his type. You're not his type. So you're fantasizing that your brother is gone and you are going to take over the party win. And since you might get along with whoever it is, because you're still managing the money, then obviously you see a challenger as Zulkar Mustafa. You see him as your challenger. So you're now also conspiring to bring the man's name down and tie me to it so that people can say that this is all a plan to calm people down, to replace Edgel, to whatever it is. Ladies and gentlemen, I beg you, you must understand the only dictatorship party that ever served in Guyana politics is the PNC. The only dictatorship party that ever served in the Guyana government is the PNC. The only dictatorship party. And if you really want to see what a dictatorship can be, if by some miracle, again, if by some miracle, Azruddin is not extradited by the end of August, I hope they fire Judy if that doesn't happen. Yeah, it's possible. Constitutionally, they can fire the judge, the magistrate. I hope they do. If he's around, and somehow Mustafa says, well, I don't want to be president, let somebody else takes it, and Priya Manik Chan decide to run, and Azruddin becomes president, then you'll be asking me if I have houses to rent because you want to leave Guyana. You can't survive under Azruddin Mohammed's dictatorship. Look at his staff. Have you listened to the footage the sister recorded when the police executed a search warrant to one of Azruddin's many properties? You heard her? You go share this live. Y'all this. I'm telling you this. I'm telling you this. Look at this. That's a taste of what a real slave mistress is. Just a taste. You want those people in political power? You want Hannah directing the show? Because her brother is an idiot. He needs sponsors. I mean, he needs mental sponsors. He needs brain sponsors because he's incapable of thinking. What if the teleprompter fails at one occasion? What happens if it fails? What he's going to do? Freeze? He's going to freeze, get a brain freeze? He always will need the presence of his sister. And you know the kind of person she is. Is that what you want? You're calling the PPP a dictatorship? Yes, there are factions in the Ali government that are assholes like Edgel. There are ministers that are really nasty. That's normal. It comes with every government. You have to look at who is at the top. Not the ones that should never have been there. Look who's at the top. And who's at the top? Irfan Ali. I am telling you, I lash out on him. I criticize him. I say what I have to say because I don't think he is hard enough. But then again, I'm not Ali. Ali has his own personality. And like I said in my books, on many occasions, in all the volumes and specific chapters, Ali is human first. He always thinks with his heart, not his mind, his heart. And if his feelings are disturbed, he will take another decision. You're seeing it play out now in politics, in government. Look at the protest in the past where Ali led the protest. He always go and face the gun. Always. Never stayed at the back. He is in front. He ain't pushing people. Even if he's the only man on the street. Go check the records. You never hear Ali call people out, say, hey, come out and protest. No, he's going out by himself. Then the crowd follows him. You call that a dictatorship? I wasn't planning to go down that road today. I wanted to focus on Judy and this bitch, Azruddin. But when you start trying to mess with my credibility, then I got to go down that road. It's a habit. Sipping the coffee. It's a habit. My caution to the protesters. My caution to you. I support your protest. I support your protest. I told you since last week, go out and protest, call for the resignation of Edgel and Indar. That's a must. That's a must. I support that. But I want to caution you on something here. I've said this many times. I'm saying this again. Don't allow your emotions to be hijacked by opposition members who just have ambitions to get into government. Azruddin's ambition is to have people die for him. He's obsessed with death, with the dead. He's obsessed with that. But he's never really had the opportunity to have people actually take a bullet for him. The paper short stuff is not paper shorts took a bullet for him. Paper shorts took a bullet allegedly sent by him. But he wants to experience what it is like to have ordinary people go out and protest on his orders, confront the police, break the laws, and get shot and killed in his name. He wants to know what it's like to be actual Satan, the devil, Lucifer, Beelzebub. He wants to know what it's like. So I caution people, don't allow your emotions to be controlled or hijacked by Mohammed. Money is powerful. I'm honest with you. I fantasize. Look, if I had no character, If all them masters and PhDs I'm surrounded by, if that didn't exist and I was only thinking about how to get a quick buck, I would have sold my soul a long time to people like Azruddin Mohammed. Bigger than him came my way. I said, no, I need a clean conscience. I have turned down tens of millions because I have a clean conscience. People tell me I'm stupid. Women I dated ask me if I'm out of my fucking mind. Why would you walk away from, because some of them were present when these offers were made. I said no. They walked away from me because I turned down deals. Why? My soul is not for sale. My conscience, my talent, not in that way. So if I, Dr. El Prasad, according to this Asol Rahman, self-named, yes, that is true, is right, is correct with. I do call myself Prasad, but I didn't make myself a doctor. My brains made me a doctor, not me calling that of myself. If I was a lowlife, men like Azruddin Mohammed could have gotten to me with their money. I dare people from Win, I dare them to come on their platform and tell me I'm lying, that they didn't offer me 100,000 American dollars last year. I dare them. They wouldn't, because they know it's true. They know it's true. And not just, they continue to use other people to try to get to me. Why? Because you want a credible voice, credible personality in your camp to help to what? Influence black people to do your bidding. I ain't gonna sell my brothers out to no slave master. I'm not from Africa. I sell niggas, not black people. And I sell niggas to the police. I snitch on them because I tell the police on my shows, arrest them fools. They want to rob people and steal from them and kill people. Go after them with your guns. That's what I do to niggas. But decent black people, law-abiding Afro-Guyanese, oh no. I am your keeper. I am your brother's keeper. I ain't gonna sell you out to no political party, especially not a cursed criminal like Azruddin Mohammed, hiding behind the illusion of his wealth. I'll never do that. So I'm cautioning you. You're fighting for a good cause. The freedom of these men that were illegally charged and placed on remand. I trust the competence, the capabilities of their lawyers, because the laws of Guyana is on their side. This is the assurance I want to give the protesters, especially those in the Namstel on the West Coast. The laws of Guyana are on the side of those men that were wrongfully charged. There are laws on the books. They shall be freed, acquitted very soon. The next court hearing, they're free men because we have competent lawyers. Put aside their politics, Dexter Todd and all these others. Forget about their politics. I cuss out Todd because of his politics. I think as a politician, he's an asshole, but he's one of the most brilliant lawyers in Guyana. Dr. Todd. And those men, Hanuman and those men who are representing these, the captain and the crew, brilliant lawyers. So I'm not bothered. I know these men will be freed because they did nothing wrong. Ejil fucked up. Ejil, Indar fucked up. The laws will protect these men and the laws will show the minister messed up. The president wants to give the law a chance because he's not a dictator. When the commission present their findings, when all of that is done, based on the laws, these men will be freed. No question. They must. They will be freed. In the meantime, don't allow yourself to be solicited for the interest of Mohammed and his campaign to stay out of federal prison. Don't allow yourself to be lured into that. Your fight is not about Mohammed's extradition. Your protest is not about Mohammed's extradition. Your protest is not about the PNC losing the elections. Your protest is not about Ganesh Mahipal not having a chance to become minister. Your protest is sincerely about the injustices you believe befall you and your relatives from the tragedy, and the fucking arrogant minister, Edgel. That's what your protest is. Stick to that. Stick to that. This isn't about PPP. This is about the minister. The minister screwed up because before this tragedy, there was no interest in protest. There was everybody went about their lives. Everybody worshiped the president. Everybody spoke beautiful of the president. There was no issues. This tragedy is what has invoked sleeping wounds that people have carried with them since Edgel became minister 2020. It has awoken these fears, these demons. People would have rather let the sleeping demons sleep. The president doesn't want, since Edgel is not going to do what decent ministers around the world would have done and had done in the past. For less, they resign even in the Jagdeo era. Make the comparisons here to see who is at fault. In the Bharat Jagdeo era, and like I said, if you want to claim anybody's a dictator, it's Jagdeo. But in his era, he didn't fire ministers. He didn't have to. The ministers, they had character. And they disagreed on policies, and all they did is, you know what? No issues, no disrespect. I'm not leaving the PPP. I'm just leaving the cabinet. They resigned. Ronald Gadraj, over allegations of his alleged involvement in the death squad and killing of black people, killing of this. He resigned. He wasn't forced to resign. He resigned. He wasn't fired. He resigned. Compared to Edgel. Compare that to Edgel. How many police officers were fired? How many commanders or commissioner was fired during the death squad issue? All of those were overlooked. And the camera was on Gadraj. Everybody else kept their jobs, but he resigned. Who is Edgel? Indispensable? Will he be the only minister who fucked up and had to resign? No, many did. In PNC time, just recently, for simple issues like dual citizenship, simple issues, they resign. And you have a case where your negligence, your lack of professionalism, your incompetence caused the death of over 100 people, and still the boat is yet to be recovered because of the hidden secrets that the boat still carry. The death speaks, but the confessions of the dead is beneath the sea. To ease the situation, you're still arrogant and pompous. You're not going anywhere. Look at all that has to be done just to get Edgel fired. Pay a commission of inquiry. Accuse these men of things that they're innocent of. Just for him to resign. And he's supposed to be the bishop, the man of God. They're humble. God exalts those who are humble. The humble bishop. Look at all the country has to go through for one man. Look at the attack on the president for one man. The distractions from the Mohammed's extradition because of one man, Ejel. Indar is a low energy man and he's going to follow Ejel anyway. I don't want any problems. Ejel is gone, I'm gone too. Who is Ejel? What, is he a party donor? Did he donate money to the party in the campaign? Why is he untouchable? People want him out. Nobody wants him there. Nobody. They want him out because he's a failed minister. A failed minister. So who is the dictator? I tell you what. Do what you need to do. But let's keep it on point. Let's keep the struggle on point. And to keep the struggle on point, Ejel must go. Indar must go. But when you have politicians hijack your emotions, they now insert their own agenda into that. PPP must go. Corrupt PPP regime. Ali is this. Ali is connected to some Hurricane Cement or Hurricane Steel. Zoka Mustafa with a poultry farm. See? Stick to the subject at hand. Another time we'll talk about poultry. Another time. Everybody is cashing in. All the failed so-called politicians are cashing in on this, trying to get their mileage out of this. Afro-Guyanese, you are not cattle. You're not for sale. I told you last year, I'm telling you again, stop making other people's dreams come true and focus on your own reality. You made Azruddin Mohammed's dream come true, so far staying out of prison and becoming a politician. You did that. Now you want to make other people's dream come true? Ganesh Mahipal will never be a minister of government. He stole from the university. Now they should put him back there now because there's no money to be made. It's free. All the other people would never be ministers. But they want you to make their dream come true. They want you to do their bidding. They want you to be the donkey to carry the cart where they sit in the back and they're like, you know, don't do that. My people in the NAMSA, focus on the matter at hand. The freedom for our brother. Don't let these people come and try to lecture you as if you're dumb kids. You're from some remote village in Africa that you don't understand civil laws. Oh, y'all make sure that y'all don't create problems and y'all make sure that y'all don't burn anything. I mean, who the fuck is Ganesh talking to? Hey, idiot, who do you think you're talking to? Those people that you try to address, that you think they're so uncivilized because they live in the NAMSA, those are teachers, educators, lawyers, doctors, professionals. Those are not idiots. Those are not numbskulls. You're racist, Ganesh. You're racist. Would you talk to a bunch of Indo-Guyanese like that? Would you talk to Indo-Guyanese protesters the way you talk to those Afro-Guyanese in the NAMSA? You fucking asshole. Would you talk to them like that? You racist bastard. Don't address those people like that. Oh, don't this, oh, they should have cussed you out. They see they're decent folks. They're decent folks. They're like me. I'm the one who's not decent, you know. I'm vulgar. They're like me. But those people are decent folks. They know you offended them by what you said, but they ain't gonna tell you anything. You're like, okay, you know, these politicians, they should have cussed you out and say, hey, what the fuck you doing? We ain't protesting for you or the PNC or APNU or WIN. We are protesting for our brother who was wrongfully charged. We want him out. The government has to deal with Edgel. If the government refuses to fire Edgel, that's on them. That's their liability. That is their political suicide, because the next election, we're going to judge them based on the ability to decide on this matter. But for now, we want our brother free. So don't come here and tell us shit about how we should protest. Doing this, doing that, because what we're black people, and everything that is destructive is associated with black people. You are a racist motherfucker, Ganesh. You asshole. Magistrate Judy should not have gotten Chief Magistrate position. She should not have gotten Chief Magistrate. Remember, she's the one who charged these men. Remember, it is Magistrate Judy, Chief Magistrate, who took recommendations from the DPP, the Muslim DPP, who charged these 3 black men with murder. The same woman who reneged on her warrant for Azruddin Mohammed. She refused to hold him culpable for his actions. She accepted so many excuses in favor of him. Same magistrate who, just like that, on one sitting, in a space of a few minutes, charged these 3 men, not the recommendations, and she remanded them to prison for murder. 72 counts of murder. The same magistrate. So I think Judy is racist. I think Judge Judy is racist against black people. She showed that clearly in the way she dealt with the Mohammed's case. Favor and favor and favor and favor. But when black people go before her, rich or not, think of the other extradition cases that were held by other people, heard by other people, other judges, black judges. Nobody got favors. Black or Indian didn't get favors by other magistrates, black magistrates. But Judge Judy favored the Mohammeds and just sent these 3 innocent black men to prison. To prison. Just because the Muslim DPP told her to do that. Let's see what happens now. I could be wrong. Now she's Chief Magistrate. So let's see when she hears the Mohammed's case next week. Let us see what happens, what she will do. If she would just postpone it again, or treat it the way she treated this Burima tragedy with these black men. Let's see. But if I don't like what I see, I'll be making allegations that the judge, the magistrate, is a racist. I shall be making my position that she is a racist. And the government is afraid of her the same way they're afraid of Azruddin Mohammed. Because he should have been out of the country a long time. So if his money is that long, if they're reaching me, maybe I'm the decent one. Because everybody else he can pay. He can pay Campbell and Norton and Mahipal and all of these, he can buy them. The whole VPAC team that is not earning from the parliament, he can buy them too. I'm the only one. And that's why they hate me. That's why you should trust me and you should listen to me, because I'm the only one that nobody can buy except for the books. You can buy this, Amazon.com, Prince Ali and the President. Yes, you can buy the books. Of course. But see, you can come and bribe me for me to cuss out Ali. No, I would cuss Ali for free. For free. And when I'm done, I'll say, well, that's my favorite president. I love Ali. I admire him. He's a hero, the savior of Guyana. Yeah, that's when you do it for free. You can come back and say, I'm sorry. Anyway, share this live. Support the channel by liking, subscribing. We are close to 10,000 subscribers on YouTube. Close. The more you subscribe is the better for the channel. On Facebook, you follow me on Facebook, on TikTok, on these other platforms. You follow me on these platforms. But we have to keep the truth alive. If I make a statement now and tomorrow new evidence comes, I can change my position. I'm not holding on to a point because it's for an agenda. I don't have an agenda. My agenda is serving Guyanese. My agenda is keeping a balanced scale to Guyanese, all races. I'm not racist or a bigot. I'm fair. So for now, onto this program, I'm saying Mohammed is an asshole and Judy is protecting him. It's not a PPP, it's Judy. And if Judy continues to protect the Mohammeds, I'm going to protest myself for Judy to be retired, forced into retirement from being chief magistrate. But she is protecting Azruddin Mohammed. It is my opinion. I have a right to my opinion. It isn't allegedly. My opinions are not allegedly. My opinions are my opinions based on how I perceive the facts. You see? I ain't step over to win. You fucking idiots. Until next time. Goodbye.